All right, so it is no secret that for the longest time now, I have had access to the no life rod, and so many of you commented on every single one of my videos since literally I was level about 270. A while back, I was given the no life rod in order to go ahead and pretty much do a full review on it, and we sort of just made a quick little video. I didn't really want to go too in depth and give my opinion on it because I really hadn't spent too much time with it. Fast forward a good amount of time, I've gone ahead and caught a total of 3,326 fish with this. I've used it in a bunch of different scenarios. If you notice right now, I have insight on it, and I feel fairly comfortable sort of giving my opinion on it, and on top of that, also running some tests on it, like we always do with pretty much every single rod at this point that gets released here on the channel. The only thing is that this one is going to be a little bit different just because there's technically no rod in the game that has anywhere near the stats that the no life rod has. So I'm really curious to see whether at the end of everything this is going to be worth getting to level 500 or if it's just extremely overhyped. Now again, if you're new to the channel, this rod was given to me by a staff member. In order to legitimately obtain this, you do need to hit level 500, in which case it will automatically unlock and you will have access to a rod that has 90% lure speed, 100% luck, 0.25 control, 15 resilience, and infinite max kg. It's kind of insane. As if those stats weren't already insane, at the bottom you'll notice that it sort of has this funny little description where it says fishing 24/7 365, and then it says, are you okay? The thing that it doesn't mention is that it basically has the same exact passive ability as the trident. Every so often while you're fishing, it'll do the slashes, it'll give you a little bit of progression, and to top it all off, it has a chance to give you the hex mutation on fish. I believe it's a 10% chance. I could be wrong though. Now in theory, you could use any bait whatsoever that you want, as long as it has pretty much the most minimal amount of lure speed. In my case, majority of the times I use fish head just because I have an abundance of it. I open a lot of bait crates, so I have a pretty good amount to spend. But if I'm gonna be honest, man, there is one specific bait that's kind of a pain to sort of obtain, which I choose pretty much over anything else, and that is the night shrimp. The reason for this is because the night shrimp is pretty much the only bait in the game, to my knowledge, that has the highest universal luck mixed in with lure speed. And technically speaking, there's only two ways to be able to obtain this bait, being either crab cage fishing inside of Vertigo or buying the geodes. Now, before I started the video, I went ahead and purchased 163 geodes. So I'm going to sort of open a bunch of these right now, hoping that we get some more night shrimp so that we can do a little bit of testing with it. But I'm going to be honest, I don't really have too much luck with the night shrimp. So realistically, I think we're probably going to get maybe like 20 or 30 here, and that's being extremely generous. Let's take a look here. We've gotten a pretty decent amount so far. I think still under 20, if I'm going to be honest though. Let's take a look here. Actually, no, we got 26. So that's not bad. I think that when we do our testing later on, because I am going to have to enchant my rod right now in order to put Abyssal back on this, because Abyssal is my choice. Some people argue and say that you could put quality on this, which technically speaking, they're not wrong. You could definitely put quality on this, and it would be a really good enchant, unlike every other rod in the game where if you put quality on it, you're kind of just taking a passive approach. You're not exactly in the wrong, but you're not exactly being efficient. Quality specifically on this, it makes it good because for one, it makes it an instant catch. So technically speaking, you could use whatever bait you want, even something that has much higher universal. Like for example, you could throw on some super flakes because I have a pretty absurd amount of those. And technically it only is negative resilience. I would say maggot, but it has negative 10 lure speed. I'm pretty sure that would kind of affect it because I don't remember off the top of my head right now if it's a 15% or a 10% for quality, but it's very possible that this might actually still keep it instant lure. Unlike something like weird algae, where unfortunately it won't make it instant anymore. Either way, while I'm trying to get the abyssal enchant here, there is something that's kind of ironic about the no life rod, and that's the fact that it's extremely good at leveling up. I know that's kind of ridiculous because technically speaking, you don't get this rod until you are completely done with the leveling, but because you have so much control with the lure speed, given the fact that it is at 90%, and mixed in with all of that, it has some pretty decent luck, giving you the absolute absolute freedom to put whatever bait you want that lets you even add more luck on top of that. It's an excellent choice for when I'm farming over at Goldfish. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because I know that a lot of level 500s that are maybe watching this video are going to disagree with me, because obviously they went ahead and spent a lot of time farming for this. By the way, we finally got Abyssal. That actually didn't take that long at all, so I'm really happy about that. But like I was saying, I know that a lot of level 500s are going to be upset when I say this, but I really wish that they would have considered maybe adding the no life rod at around level 400, maybe 450. Just because I feel like there's a huge XP curve once you hit level 400 to 500. I'm obviously being super exaggerating right now because I actually haven't done the numbers myself, nor am I really even at level 400 right now to experience it myself. But I have heard from a lot of people, because I hang out a lot in my private servers that are always full, and we've seen quite a few people in there hit level 500 multiple times. One thing that I hear over and over again, which I'd like to point out, none of these people communicate with each other considering they are different time zones, is that from level 400 to 500, it really feels like you're leveling from 1 to 400. So I really feel like if this would have been available somewhere around the 400, maybe 425, 450 range, it would have been that really nice addition to sort of close that gap and make it kind of fun for the whole entire grind to level 500. I'd like to point out, this is probably never going to happen, and it's 1000% not going to happen. I also do not recommend that it happens. In no way whatsoever would that be fair at all to the level 500s that have this already. I'm just sort of throwing the idea out there on what I would have liked to be seen. But now really the real reason why a lot of you probably clicked on this video is to know whether this is actually worth it at the very end as far as making money. This is sort of a conversation that not a lot of people have, especially not level 500s. They don't really ever talk about it that much. Also, dude, huge shout out to the devs. I'm so glad that this door is permanently open now. This is actually something that not a lot of people have even mentioned, and it was actually not even mentioned in the patch notes. But yeah, this door is now permanently open. You just have to open it one time, which is honestly amazing, and it sort of fixes that whole entire problem everybody that was doing that dumb glitch trying to get in through the door, which was hilarious because then you had people commenting on my videos asking why they weren't able to purchase the Rod of the Depths. Well, probably because you tried to no clip through the door. Now, although we just made it inside of Depths, I have unfortunate news. I kind of have to leave again because I forgot to buy an Aurora totem. This is kind of awkward. So give me 1 second. All right, so we're back. We have the Aurora totem and we also have Merlin luck. Now we're going to do what we pretty much always do, and that is our full start to finish Aurora run to see how much we actually make with this rod using Abyssal. This is going to be, for the most part, a pretty fair comparison to the run that we did with the Rod of the Depths. If you guys remember, we earned about 171k for an entire run with that, which is some pretty big shoes to fill. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really know how this is going to go. Rod of the Depths has an extremely huge advantage because obviously we're able to go ahead and make that one an instant catch. And on top of that, it also has the ghost attached to it, which gives you an extra fish every 3rd to 4th time that you fish. The only real advantage that this rod has is that 1, it performs just like Trident, making the entire catch a lot quicker. And 2, the fact that you're also able to get hexed fish mixed in with now Abyssal. I don't know, man. Godspeed to this rod. I kind of hope that it does end up being better than 171k, but if it doesn't, this is going to be an interesting conversation inside of the comments. As per usual, we're going to go ahead and maximize our luck, completely fill it up all the way here, which I'm going to be completely honest, this is 100% excessive. By no means do you need to get 8x to get full luck out of an Aurora run. I just do it just to pretty much entertain the comments so that way they don't say, oh, this isn't fair, bro, you didn't use all the luck in the game. But I just really want to point out that this is extremely excessive. Final step is going to go ahead and be to pop a sundial. Night is going to start up, and then we are instantly going to pop our Aurora and get started. Let's wait until it transitions here. There it goes right there. We're going to pop Aurora, and good luck. All right, so that's it. That is the end of the Aurora run. Still with a spare 27 minutes left on the 8x luck. I'm probably going to post a link to this in my Discord right now so we get some more players in here and they can actually enjoy it. All right, there we go. We went ahead and posted it in my Discord. Got a couple of people joining now. So overall, the results that we got were actually pretty decent. We got a good amount of hexed, we got a good amount of abyssal, and we actually even got a big lunar small spine chimera. So it was pretty cool, man. Good diversity of different fish, but the answer is how much did we make? Did we make more than 171k? Let's go ahead and sell everything and see what it is. I'm kind of interested, I'm not gonna lie. Total was 153k. So no, we did not earn as much as the Rod of the Depths, but honestly, it really wasn't that far off. I feel like a lot of that has to do with RNG. I'm sure if we did the Rod of the Depths all over again, we'd probably get completely different results than 170k. So what's my final verdict on the no life rod? Is it worth it? Honestly, I think the answer is yes, it's worth it. The no life rod is kind of built to be just kind of like a kickback kind of rod. You spent so much time grinding to get to level 500 that this rod just sort of makes fishing a lot easier, where you can just kind of sit back and relax. Now, I already know there's going to be that one person that watches all of my videos that's going to say, well, Carbon, you make fun of the King's Rod all the time. And to those people, I have to say, you didn't exactly earn to kick back. That's my problem with it. Now, obviously, the argument here is that I didn't earn to kick back either, which I totally agree with you. I'm not going to even argue with you. You have 100% a reason to say that. But I definitely feel like it's worth it to grind to level 500. On top of that, let's keep it real. I highly doubt that level 500 is going to be the level cap forever. I'm sure that it's right around the corner when they're going to increase it to maybe 600, 650, or even 1,000. Who even knows? And I can promise you and guarantee you that when that does happen, this is going to be the rod that everybody wants to have and that everybody is going to use to make leveling up so much faster. Lure speed is ridiculous. Resilience is really good. The control, I mean, bro, look at the side. The bar is more than 50%. Like, it's actually kind of ridiculous. If this rod had to be renamed today and no life rod was not the option, the next name to this would probably be something like the retirement rod or something like that. I don't know. It literally takes no effort. You can get perfect catch with this fairly easy, which is what makes it so good for leveling, since getting a perfect catch does give you more XP. I don't know, man. To my level 500s out there, let me know what you think. Do you use your no life rod over the Rod of the Depths? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let us know. Share with everybody. But that's going to pretty much go ahead and do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Shout out to everybody that's joined the server. Take care.